Hey everyone, Liam from PushSquare here with our review for the Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut on PlayStation 5. Before we begin, if you're looking for an overview of the base game, check out our in-depth Ghost of Tsushima PlayStation 4 review on this channel. In this review, we're instead going to just be concentrating on what's new in this Director's Cut. This review was written by the ever-excellent Robert Ramsey over on the PushSquare website, and was adapted for video by moi. Anyway, enough waffling, let's dive in. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut revitalizes Sucker Punch's open world epic just over a year after its original release. This is the same base game, the same story of vengeful samurai Jin Sakai, but it's bundled with the all-new Iki Island expansion. And on PlayStation 5, Director's Cut boasts haptic feedback, full Japanese lip sync, and even shorter, that is, non-existent load times. If you haven't played the original Ghost of Tsushima on PlayStation 4, this is the time to jump in. The Iki Island expansion is obviously the main draw here, and it's worth every penny. A whole new landmass for Jin to explore, Iki has its own storyline, characters, side quests, and activities. It's essentially an additional Ghost of Tsushima act, slotting into the existing experience rather nicely. Iki presents a personal tale, as Jin is forced to come to terms with his past. Jin was already a solid protagonist in the main game, a little too stoic, perhaps, but likeable, and watching him carve a bloody trail of justice across Tsushima was enough to make you root for his revenge. But the expansion gives Jin an extra dimension, allowing his personality to breathe a little better. This is partly because Iki seems more solitary. The supporting characters of the main game aren't around, and so the focus is on Jin and his previously mentioned past. That's not to say Iki is deserted. Jin throws his sword in with a number of unlikely allies, but compared to Tsushima, the new island feels untamed. Overgrown structures litter parts of the landscape, and muddy roads disappear into tangled forests. Iki is an island that the samurai failed to conquer, and so it's home only to scattered bands of rogues and pirates. In terms of scale, Iki is roughly the size of the map from the main campaign's final act, but it's more densely populated with locations, landmarks, and secrets. All in all, it took us around 17 hours to see everything that Iki has to offer. It's a meaty expansion then, but it's the excellent story missions that stand out. As alluded, Jin has a very personal stake in all this, and it's preyed upon by the Eagle, a Mongol clan leader who makes use of potions and mysticism. Just like on Tsushima, Jin's ultimate goal is to rid Iki of the Mongol invaders, but the Eagle's methods give the expansion a different kind of tone. Not only does Jin have to contend with deadly new enemy types, he also has to wrestle with nightmarish visions brought about by the Eagle's meddling. It's surprisingly psychological stuff, and it helps set Iki's storyline apart from the wartime drama of the main game. Gameplay-wise, Iki doesn't stray too far from the Ghost of Tsushima formula, although it does add welcome wrinkles to existing mechanics with new equipment, which bolsters specific styles of play. Given that the expansion can be accessed once you reach Act 2 in the main campaign, it's understandable that Sucker Punch didn't want to add anything that alters the rules. Instead, Iki adds depth to the overall package. Whether you prefer stealth, archery, or sword-to-sword combat, there's something hiding away on Iki that'll make you reevaluate your approach. Needless to say, the Iki Island expansion strengthens Ghost of Tsushima as a whole, and it's already one of the best open-world titles that money can buy. That said, Iki is mostly more of the same. If you're not a fan of the main game, then the expansion probably won't change your mind. Just know that you're missing out on animal sanctuaries, where Jin can pet small monkeys. Going back to those PlayStation 5 features, it's the haptic feedback that makes the biggest difference. While it's not the most transformative example on Sony's current gen system, it adds immersive rumblings to just about everything. The thudding of your horse's hooves in full gallop, the violent clashing of weapons, the strong, sudden gusts of wind. You can even feel Jin's heartbeat pulse through the controller as an enemy nears his hiding space. There's no question that the haptics breathe even more life into the game's already vibrant world. And if you don't happen to like the new rumblings, you can always head into the options menu and lessen the feedback or turn it off entirely. It's worth noting that graphically, Director's Cut looks the same as the PlayStation 4 version of the base game, running on PlayStation 5 via backwards compatibility. It's still dynamic 4K at 60 frames per second on PlayStation 5, and performance is perfect throughout. We did notice, however, that Director's Cut appears to improve a few animations here and there, and some of the menus have received a welcome overhaul. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut amplifies an already excellent open world game. The Iki Island expansion is worth the price of admission alone, providing another chunk of stunning Japanese landscape for Jin to explore, while also digging into the protagonist's past. A fantastic range of story missions and side quests make for a memorable offshore excursion, and put alongside the main campaign, Ghost of Tsushima now stands as a PlayStation 4 and a PlayStation 5 must-buy. Thank you so much for watching. Will you be picking up Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut on PS4 or PS5? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please do consider giving it a like, and make sure to subscribe to Push Square for everything PlayStation. Thank you as always for watching.